Hey guys, I'm Sean Hamlin with PremierGuitar.com. We're at Winter NAMM 2014, talking to Nick from Ozztosh Guitars. You guys, this is your first NAMM, and you have a new, unique guitar.
Yeah, a little bit different. It's a basically we're doing solid electric bodies. Not solid, excuse me. We're doing electric guitar bodies out of billet aluminum, 6061 aluminum billet. It's the same type of aluminum that they use in Boeing aircrafts, so it's a little bit different. We start and machine lay from about 70 pounds down to about 4.5, 5 pounds. Then it's some wet sanding, hand polishing. We don't anodize this, it's all hand polished. A lot of work.
Cool, so is it two pieces and they're like hollowed out? And
yeah, we start with 2 slabs of billets. Of solid brick aluminum, virgin aluminum, and then it gets water laved and machined down to about 4.5, 5, but that's just the rough at that point. It's all the wet sanding and hand polishing that gets it to this shine.
And if you turn to the side, you can sort of see the seam, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You can tell right here.
Is it right here on the side here?
Yeah, here's the seam lines. He's gotten it down to such a craft that it's almost negligible in terms of noticing the lines. He does really good work. Brian Ozztosh, the builder and the designer of these guitars, it's a craft that not too many people know how to do anymore. It's somewhat lost with the old aerospace engineering days, the tool and die makers. Machines do everything now, so the handcraft has kind of gone the wayside. Old auto mechanics and car makers know what this kind of work is like. It's not seen too often in the music world.
So how thick is it if you're like on the top? How thick is the aluminum on the top?
The thing is, and you can see this from some of the pick guards, excuse my reach here, but it can get incredibly thin. We can pull about 95% of the actual metal and material out of the guitar and only lose 5% of the structural rigidity. Now there's always that balance if you make it too thin and you're gonna start having panels flap on you. But we feel like we've got to a good point where it gives it a great tonal resonance and a nice warm sound, surprisingly, from a metal guitar, and not getting that tinny kind of beer tin can sound. I've noticed that with a lot of other metal guitars, that it just kind of flaps on you. You hit a hard chord, panels start kind of shaking, it's kind of thin and tinny. Not a big fan of that.
So tell us about the features and the controls, pickups and everything.
Absolutely. These are somewhat standard features on guitars that you might already be familiar with. We got a 3-way selector. All of the pickups are aftermarket. We got a hodgepodge just to show the tonal variances and varieties that are available in our type of instruments.
So you got a Duncan bridge position. Which model?
I believe there's still another Duncan neck up front, to be honest with you. We threw a bunch of stuff together. Let's see what happens. What kind of sounds can we make? Because it really hasn't been done to this level before. I know that there have been other builders and makers, but they hadn't used this kind of quality metal. And we didn't know what the tonal resonance would be like, the timbres that we would get. So we just started throwing everything in, from jazz pickups, single style humbuckers, whatever we got, just to see what we would have. And each one of them ends up having their own sounds. Just like a wood guitar that you would get, you can get 100 of the exact same guitar off the line, and every one of them is going to have their own nuances and sounds to it.
Okay, hip shot bridge and a choice of pickups. The neck is...
There are Moses graphite necks. There is no wood with these instruments. So it's kind of cool. You can throw it under a plane, it'll still be in tune. That's pretty neat.
Okay, so no need for a truss rod on the Moses neck, is there?
It's access under the pick guard. Now, the structural integrity is part of the pick guard. Everything's designed and engineered in a completely different way. So as opposed to being able to swap around pick guards like other instruments, this is actual part of the structure. So we kind of have to design based on the type of pickup that you want to put in it. But everything is custom made to order.
Okay, let's take a look at the back again.
It's a little bit different. This is one of our earlier models, and our name has changed a little bit. But we go by Ozztosh now. It's, what can I say?
The Luma T. Let's hear it, man.
Yeah, you got it. Bit of clean tone.
We're hearing this through an Ignator tweaker, by the way. Okay, how about middle position?
Yeah.
Very nice. How much are these going for, man?
They're retailing for $6,995, and that's what they're going for. Any make, any model. We're going to have a P-Bass now coming for Summer NAMM. That's just a couple of weeks away from being polished out and ready to go. So we're going to have a line of guitars and basses to play.
And you've also got like S-style bodies and Strat-style bodies,
Yeah,
or
we do have Strat-style bodies. We got the Tele-style bodies. We have Strat-style bodies. We're going to have a P-Bass style. And inevitably, at some point in the near future, we're going to come up with our own shape, our own design. It will be a flagship model. But that's down the road.
all right, cool. Where can people go online to find out more about these?
It will be Ozztosh.com. That would be Ozztosh.com. And that will have all our information in regards to how to contact us. If you want to get a build for yourself, if you just have any general questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
All right, cool. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks for the time, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. Thanks for watching.